Hi everyone, so if you tuned in last week, you'll see that we only just about made our ferry. We only had a couple of days to get from Barcelona to deep in the north of France, where our ferry crossed over to Newhaven. We did make it to Liverpool for Christmas, which was amazing. We are now in Shropshire with our friend Christopher, and this week we'll be talking about the true cost of winter travel, and I'll also be giving you a tour of Chris's new caravan, which is a Swift Basecamp 4, which is very exciting. It is now Boxing Day and we have been in Liverpool for 3 days in the park. So we are leaving Liverpool tomorrow and heading towards North Wales, which we're both really excited about. It's been an amazing Christmas seeing friends and family, but we're definitely ready to get back on the road. We have now left Liverpool and we're on our way to North Wales, and there is a weather warning and Storm Gerrit is on its way. So it's going to be an interesting trip to Wales. We're going to see some old friends and then we plan to leave Wales and head to Shrewsbury and meet another friend at a touring park, which we're both looking very much forward to. We are on the A55 and the wind is blowing straight off the coast onto the road, and the whole back end of the van just span out. So yeah, we were going about 50 miles an hour. So we're going to have to drive a lot slower because that was actually terrifying. But if you've never been on the A55, it's basically a dual carriageway, and then on the right hand side, or depending which way you're going, is the sea. So the sea's just behind that wall. And it's very stormy today, so the storm just blows straight off the sea. And if you're not careful, you could spin out like we nearly just did. You can see how stormy it is out there. I can confirm these are the worst winds we have ever driven in. So we're going 50 miles an hour on the A55 and the whole van is literally shaking from left to right. It is terrifying. There is a weather warning issued for the northwest, so we plan to leave Wales today and get to Shrewsbury, where we're going to meet our friend Christopher with his touring caravan and his dog. So very excited about that. Incoming tour of a Swift base camp. After it was an absolutely terrifying drive, we finally made it to our campsite. So there is a weather warning in place, and yeah, it was very stormy driving here. We left Carnarvon at about 2 o'clock and we didn't arrive here until 5. But luckily we're here for the next 3 days. So it's a place called Daisy Mount and it's just outside of Shrewsbury. So the storm has really set in now. The winds are about 50 miles an hour out there. The van is rocking from side to side, and honestly I'm getting motion sickness just from sitting here. I can feel it, like a really cold wind coming through here. And I know last time, a couple of weeks ago, we noticed that last time we had really heavy rain on the back doors, there was a leak. So yeah, I'll be intrigued actually to see if it leaks again. But I'm not going out in that. We've woken up to the most savage rain. So there's a slight gap in the weather. We have come to the town of Bishop's Castle, where there are a number of pubs. So We're going to walk the dogs and then go to the pub. So while we're stormed in stormy Shropshire, I thought now would be a good time to talk about the true cost of winter travel. So we left the UK on the 28th of November and it is now the 28th of December. So it's been exactly 1 month that we've been on the road. We drove all the way down to the south of Spain to a place called Tarifa and then all the way back up. Once we got to the UK, we drove to Liverpool, North Wales, and we are now in sunny Shropshire where there's a weather warning. So yeah, we're kind of stormed in a bit. So we spent £947 and 5 pence on fuel. There were days that we didn't drive at all, and then there were other days that we didn't stop driving and we were driving for 6 or 7 hours. So yeah, it kind of like evened out a bit. We spent £339 and 88 pence on groceries. We did end up buying a lot of fresh food, so it did get quite expensive. In France, we spent a lot of money on pastries, as you do. We spent £242 and 41 pence on eating out, so we didn't actually eat out that much. We did end up spending quite a lot when we went out with our friend Brian, only because we ended up paying the whole bill, and there were quite a few drinks involved, so yeah, I don't think we spent that much for a month. We spent £19 and 46 pence on gas for the van, which was the LPG, and AdBlue. So AdBlue is something that you have to add to the van to help with the emissions. We didn't actually use the heating much at all in Spain, so we didn't actually use that much gas. We spent £56 and 52 pence on laundry, so we mostly used self-service laundrettes. The only time it got expensive was when we were staying on the campsite in Barcelona, and it was like £7 to wash the clothes, and it cost us nearly like £10 to dry them, so that was quite expensive. We spent £114 and 77 pence on campsites. We didn't actually stay in any proper campsites other than the one in Barcelona, so they were mostly all airs, which were like €10 a night. So yeah, we only stayed in campsites kind of once or twice a week maybe, and then in France there are a lot of free airs, which is good. So if you are going over to France and Spain, you don't really need to budget much for campsites, because wild camping in Spain is tolerated, and camping in France, I mean, yeah, they just give you anywhere, so that's really good. And then van cleaning, we spent £19 and 43 pence. That was obviously just cleaning the van. In France, they do have those pressure washers with the ladder, so you can get on top and really like get to the roof, which is good. So the total cost of our travels, which are for 4 weeks, is £1,739 and 52 pence. We did travel 2 years ago in our old van, and we went for 6 weeks and we spent 2,000, so it's probably about the same. This van is a lot more economical than our old van, so we've definitely saved a lot of money on fuel, and we didn't drive as far, so yeah, we've definitely saved money there. Obviously everyone's different and everyone buys different things, so everyone obviously has to pay for fuel, and fuel probably is the most expensive part of travelling. So if you plan to drive somewhere and spend time there, then it's not going to cost much. But obviously we like to explore and we like to see new places, so that's where we end up spending £1,000. We did cover 4,000 miles as well, so yeah, we have done a lot of driving. But yeah, if you plan to go to Spain for the winter, it's definitely worth it. The only thing I'd definitely recommend is getting the ferry from Portsmouth or Plymouth down to Santander and skipping out France, because both times when we drove down through France and we drove back up through France, we just had rain every single day. It was not enjoyable. Then there was a storm, so I mean, it depends if you want to be on a boat in a storm, but yeah, personally now I'd rather spend the extra and have a few more days down in the sun and not have the drive back up through France or down through France. So yeah, I definitely think, because I think the ferry was about £300 more, but I think it's definitely worth it. I have decided to make hot chocolate using my jet boil just because I don't actually have a kettle. This is the first hot drink that I've made in the van. So yeah, I'm feeling the cold tonight, so I thought I'd make hot chocolate. We don't actually drink hot drinks, so we don't need a kettle. Yeah, it boils in like less than a minute, so it's just much easier than putting anything on the stove. Let me show you these facilities, because they're pretty amazing, to be honest, compared to most campsites we've been staying in. Come on, buddy. You have the toilet, the shower, and the sink all in one room, and the floors are heated. Oh no, buddy's just got them muddy. Quick, buddy. Yeah, so the floors are heated, and every single room is the same. You've got a washing up area here, and then you have our friend's caravan, which is a Swift Base Camp 4, that he has named Biggles. I will be giving you a tour of that. And then you have our van on the pitch next to it. We've just come for a walk on this campsite, and it has this walk, which is just this narrow strip that runs all the way along. And the views are incredible. It's a very, very quiet site. We are at Cardingmill Valley in the Shropshire Hills, which is a National Trust site. This site has like 3 circular walks that are quite well signposted. One of the walks is about 3 hours. It runs right up into the hills and back down. There's a half-an-hour walk which goes to a reservoir, and we're doing the hour-and-a-half walk which will take us up to the waterfall. So yeah, it was only about 20 minutes away from where we're staying. And there's a little town called Church Stratton, which has like shops and cafes and restaurants, which is good. So this walk you do have to cross sections of a waterfall. Yeah, you have to be pretty agile, to be honest. So while the sun's shining, I'm going to give you a quick tour of Chris's Base Camp 4. If I just turn you around. So here it is. So it's a 4-berth caravan, and it's designed for kind of off-road, rugged camping. So it's almost like an adventure caravan, which is quite exciting. It has the water inlet here, and the wastewater comes out of here. There's the door for the toilet cassette. Has an outdoor shower point, and you plug it in just there. Around to the front. So this is at the front of the caravan. Oh look who's here. I'm just doing your caravan outside caravan tour, Christopher.
The outside tour.
The outside tour of the caravan. Yeah. The LPG tank, not the LPG, there's two, are there 2 gas bottles in here, Christopher?
Yeah, there's 2 now and a spare wheel.
2 gas bottles and a spare wheel.
Show you.
Here we go, here's the big reveal. Oh, and it's on a gas strut, lovely. 2 gas bottles and a spare wheel. You did change those gas bottles, didn't you, though, because they weren't. What
yes.
were they before?
Before there were 2 7.5 kilogram bottles.
Yeah.
But now these are 2 10-litre LPG bottles.
Lovely.
Yes.
And they're refillable as well.
And refillable yourself at Morrison's petrol station.
Which is amazing, because the other ones weren't refillable, were they?
They were.
And this is the tow car. So Bruff uses a Jeep Grand Cherokee. You've also named the caravan Biggles. And that's a little thing that we made for Bruff, and that is his dog and him. And then down the side of the caravan, the rugged theme continues.
It does.
And it has 2 windows on the side, this big window at the front, and then the door to enter the caravan is at the back. Here we go, and you have an awning light at the back. What's this thing here, Christopher?
That is a 230-volt socket.
Oh, it's an outside socket.
Outside socket.
Amazing. So yeah, that is the Swift Basecamp 4 outside. So I'm going to show you inside the caravan now. Let me remove my shoes. Hold the line, everybody. So this is a 4-berth caravan, but Christopher has turned it into a 3-berth caravan by removing the top bunk bed, because obviously you have no use for this. So these 2 sofas slide out to make a single bed. And then further down we have a full-size fridge with a small freezer compartment. Christopher's also fitted this telly, which is on a bracket. And then these 2 sofas at the front slide to make a double bed. So this caravan is very light and airy because it has a lot of windows. So this big window at the front makes a big difference. And then on this side we have the kitchen. So we have a sink here, storage cupboards up here, 3 gas rings, a nice big oven, and then cupboards all down here. In here we have a wardrobe. And in here is the toilet and shower. And another skylight in the roof. So yeah, lots of space in there. A lot more space than our toilet and shower. And then we have a skylight up here. And all of this storage along here. So these bags are actually amazing. So you just lift them out and then you can take the bags out with you. So if you're going for a picnic, they're perfect. And they're also good for unpacking the van, because you just take the bags inside, fill them up, and then bring them back out. Is there anything you'd like to say about your caravan, Christopher?
Yeah, I think you've covered about everything.
So if you're looking for a caravan to go on long adventures, the Basecamp 4 is probably the best caravan. And the Basecamp 6 is on a longer wheelbase, but it has kind of 2 sofas at the back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, the Basecamp 4, definitely the best option, because it is just you and the dog, so you could have gone for the Basecamp 2. But the extra space makes a lot of difference. Yeah. Let me just show you the screen. But yeah, so everything's done on this touchscreen, including the lights, the awning light, the power, the heating. And I think you can set timers, can't you?
Yeah, you can set timers for the heating to come on and off.
Which is amazing, because our van does not have that feature. But yeah. If you're looking for a caravan, buy a Basecamp.
Yes, very good.
Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, because it really does help the channel.